Springfield police once again reminding people not to ride your dirt bikes and other off-highway vehicles on city streets. Saturday, officers seized this dirt bike while also issuing 2 criminal complaints and 1 citation. Police say they saw a dirt bike rider not wearing a helmet who rode on the sidewalk to avoid traffic. Later on, officers saw the same bike with a different rider driving recklessly once again. The 16 and 17-year-old riders received those criminal complaints. Police also ticketed a motorcyclist for riding without a helmet.